The house was still silent, but that silence spoke of an ending. Zehra rose from her bed. Elif saw it in her mother's eyes. Leaving was no longer a choice, it was a necessity. The night was silent, as if the world had stopped breathing. Elif curled beside her mother. Zehra's heart beat slowly, like fading water. They both knew tomorrow would never be the same. Morning came. Elif looked back one last time. A silent house, a farewell. Then, the first step. There was no turning back. The road was silent, the sound of loneliness mixed with the wind. Then, a voice was heard, not near, not far, but human. And in that moment, the road wasn't so silent anymore. From that moment, the road was no longer silent. 4 footsteps echoed in rhythm. The wind knew their direction. No shade, no water. But for the first time, they weren't alone. They stopped behind a small rock. No water, no cool air, but even a piece of bread smelled like hope. At the end of every rest, there's a decision. They stood up. The dusty road stretched ahead once more. But this time, their footsteps were certain. Dark clouds moved slowly across the horizon. As Zehra wished for rain, she did not realize she was calling the storm. Then the wind began, slow at first, then fierce. The earth scattered without a sound, the sky filled with dust. The wind turned into a scream, the sky released its fury. The storm stopped, the wind finished its story and left, and for the first time, silence felt good. Zehra opened her eyes, brushed the dust from Elif's hair. Outside, the sun remembered how to rise. The dust settled, the sky breathed again, and far away, amid the drought, a color appeared. It was green, small, yet it felt like hope. With every step, the green grew, the soil softened, the air lightened, and at last, the road ended at a village gate. Beyond the dust, voices were heard, a village and a fire still burning. They were strangers, yet they weren't afraid. For in that moment, they remembered, a human voice is like water. That night, even the wind was gentle. In a small hut, Zehra smiled. Elif closed her eyes. Fear had gone, but the fatigue remained. Morning came. The sun rose through the dust. The village was waking up, a different kind of silence. Elif ran to the window and for the first time watched not a drop of water, but a life. Days passed. Time flowed quietly in the village. Elif learned to carry water, Zehra to bake bread. No longer fear, just routine. Yet beneath the earth, something was still whispering. One morning, the air smelled different. The earth grew warm. The wind forgot its direction. The villagers were silent. No one asked, "When will it rain?" anymore. Only Zehra looked to the horizon and thought, "Are we beginning again?" The night was stifling. Air stood still, unbreathable. Elif slept in sweat while Zehra sat by the window. In Zehra's eyes, an old city echoed. Dry fountains, migrating crowds, a mother without water. The wells fell silent. The earth cracked. The sky forgot. And the villagers began to speak of packing again. As Arda and his family left, Elif watched in silence. They wanted to take root, but the earth no longer held roots. The world remembers. Once the wind was cool and rivers ran free. Now the sky is silent, the earth weary. No rain, no laughter of children. The climate changed, but we did not. This world does not forget, it only waits. If we do nothing today, tomorrow, there will be no stories left.